Yo. Alright, so I want to start with your astrology chart, which I can send you a picture of here in a second. But you have a sun in Aries in 2 degrees, which those are the younger stages of Aries. So though you can be fiery and amped, you kind of water all that stuff down with like just the backside of your mind because you think a lot, which is your sun is backed by a lot of Pisces energy, and that's mutable energy. So as fiery as you are, you can adapt to change really quick. Like, you probably move a lot, which could be difficult because your south node is in Sagittarius, which south node in Sag is kind of more of a like, you deal with a lot of bullshit when it comes to moving. So, you could have your trip ready, plan, blah, blah, blah. You hop on the plane, you have a delay in the spot that you didn't even know you were going to stop at. Like that type of thing. And I wanted to start with those areas because that's what allows you to ease up with change a lot easier. So, with the sun in Aries is a cardinal, initiating, creating new ways of seeing, your journey about how you want to go about things. But it's in the younger degrees, you know what I'm saying? So you go based off faith. So you're highly intuitive. The sun is your mind, of course. The moon is your body. So your moon is in Libra, which is in 5 degrees. So it's still kind of backed by that Virgo energy. So you're heavy critical upon your emotions. Like, you like to analyze your emotions. You like to sit there and think, like, man, why do I feel this way right now? You know what I'm saying? And of course, with your sun being backed by Pisces energy, which is opposing, that means your mind could oppose your emotions sometimes. So you think you're feeling a certain way, but you're not sure why you do. You dig what I'm saying? So you're constantly going through a body mind battle. Like it's a rough thing. I know a couple people with that style issue. I mean, from time to time, I go through with that. I think a lot of people do, but you intellectualize how you feel. So you have to have like a practical balance to how you feel before you move forward with anything. Initiating, creating new ways of seeing. Aries. Okay. So your first house is also in Gemini. So right there, you have a lot of mutable energy. You deal with duality. That's why you're good in music and stuff like that. That's why you probably get more amped up because you're just feeling the vibes of energies and whatnot. Like when you're getting into a song and shit, and then boom, you just let it out. That's how you express it to the world. That's what that Libra moon, that's what causes that balance to happen, at that same time. Your true node is in Gemini, so you definitely deal a lot in duality. So again, you're living in two different worlds in a sense. So in one sense, you have your family, your kids, blah blah blah, but on the other sense, you're elsewhere sometimes. I'm sure that be having wifey kind of bugging out because you may not be doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just be chilling. Nothing's really wrong with you, but the image or the energy that you're pumping out is like, she thinks you're cheating or something. Like, even though all you're doing is thinking and you just like plotting and putting things together because you can see the vision in front of you, and you just try to place it into its proper spaces and whatnot, and then you want to balance it out with your emotions. That's your first house, which deals with personality. So that's what people see first. So that's what's given off. You look like you're in a whole nother world, but really you're down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Because your moon, which is in Libra, helps you balance that to keep what your thoughts that go all the way out there here on the planet Earth. Okay, even though from time to time you can go out there because you have Mercury in 20 degrees Pisces. So again, there's that Piscean energy. So your mindset is on the heavens. I'm sure you praise God a lot. I'm sure you bless your food before you eat. I'm sure you question yet follow your intuition a lot. So when you get that gut feeling of like, man, like say I'm about to go to the store, And then you get this gut feeling of like, nah, nigga, maybe I shouldn't do that. And then you find out a minute later that that store got shot up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that style of intuition. You know, you'll be like, damn, nigga, I was about to go and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, it's your own intuition that stopped you. That's where your mindset. Your Venus is also in Pisces, which a lot of people say, you know, that's deals in love and all that. Wow. It does, but not really. It's more of a value thing because Venus runs Taurus and Libra. Okay, so your emotional value, you know, comes from Venus, which is in Pisces. So this is water and air. And of course, it's hard to breathe underwater. So sometimes when it comes to your values, you question it. You got to find that balance point. But the beauty of it, when you get that balance point, that's when you start making money. That's when you start making moves. That's when you start making transactions. And that's when things start floating into your way because you come up with creative ways in order to make money. You know what I'm saying? And you allow it to flow to you. You don't have to rush to go get it because you can sit back, think about it, and then boom, it appears. You know, not like obviously magically like that, but you know, you got that Aries mindset, that hustle to go make that change real quick. You dig what I'm saying? And you have a Mars in Gemini, which also deals with Mars is Aries ran. Okay, it runs Aries and Scorpio. So you dabble in the dark, but you're ambitious enough to move forward with what it is that it is in the dark. Because Piscean energy is 12th house. That's like basically Christ-like energy. So when you do something spectacular, nigga, you feel like God when you're done. Like, nah, like nigga, I just did that. You know what I'm saying? So you have that Mars, and that would be in your first house also. So you thrive off your personality. Like, people have to get you. But it's raw because it's in Gemini. So there's two sides to you, with your ambitious side and then your quiet side. All right? And in the stars wise now, that would mean Pisces or Mars is just finishing up in Pisces, which is in Neptune, or next to Neptune, which Neptune is a gassy planet. So that means as far as your ambitions to move forward on certain things, it was probably blocked because there was a square. There was a square between Pisces and Gemini, and the square is a challenge. So that means there is a challenge between your emotional views and like your actual views of where you're going now. Because your North Node, where the North Node is right now, is in Gemini. So what you're being called towards is what's causing the confusion, because you feel like you have to leave people behind in order to achieve what it is that you need to get. That's that duality. Okay, you have that ideal of what you want to do, but you can't take everybody with you. And this is where that mind and that body, you know what I'm saying, that emotion comes into play. That's what's blocking you right now. That's that square. That's that challenge right now. That's going on. And your Jupiter expands in, and your Jupiter is in Gemini. So your expansion is your personality. Like, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best you can make yourself is how you make it for everybody else. Because again, it's in your personality. You're an expansive person, so you could join a gang real quick. You're easy to get along with, because you know you can connect with one person and be like, all right, man, let's go get this money over here, and then it'll work out successfully because you just have that plan. You have that intuition. You know where to go at the perfect time. You know, you have perfect timing on things. So, but again, right now where the North Node is, and that means you're having a return. I didn't see the degrees on it, but right now the North Node is, I believe, 29 to 28 degrees. And I swear your North Node was 26. I believe it was 26 degrees. So you're about to have an alignment with that, like, now. So right now you're being aligned to your path, and you feel it, you know it. This is why you're questioning your surrounding right now, because you're seeing all that stuff. You're seeing what you're supposed to be doing right now, But again, that block, that square is meaning you're going to have to leave some people behind. And you probably don't want to, because this could be wifey, kids, family. You know what I'm saying? Just to achieve what it is that you need to get. That doesn't mean it's going to be forever. And that doesn't mean you can't take them with you either. But it may slow you up a little bit more upon your journey. Okay? That's basically the astrology wise of what it is that may be complicating you at the moment. You know, those are not all of your personal house signs, but like, you know, those are the main ones that stuck out to me, because it's definitely with the mutable energy. You know, those come with squares and complications, because it deals with duality. It deals with like separate worlds. So again, you may have dreams of what you're supposed to be doing. You may see what you're supposed to be doing. You could be driving one day and it just comes to you like out of nowhere. And it's like, yo, okay, so that's why I got this, and that's supposed to work with this, and that's supposed to work with this, and like, okay? But of course, you know, dealing with women, you know, if you got your girl and all that stuff, nigga, when you start focusing on yourself and start wanting to do more things for yourself, you got that drawback, because that attention is no longer being placed on that. So again, that's that duality, because you got to find that balance of both. So again, I'm not telling you to leave nobody. Don't. If you don't have to, don't. I'd say just try to make it work as best as you can, as long as y'all both in the team. And I don't know, I guess you can even explain or show her this and be like, see, this is what's going on in my mind right now, and this is what I'm trying to do. And if she's willing to ride with you, then she's meant to be on your journey. If she thinks you're crazy, then obviously that's a person that you don't really need to have around you. You dig? All right. Now, let's... And not just her. This is other people also. This is friends, like co-workers, associates. You might need to leave a job, nigga. You know, and it gets scary, of course, because, you know, with everything that's going on today, having a job is kind of the gold bar right now. So to wanting to quit to move on to what you actually need to be doing that's a square. That's a challenge, because then you're leaving it to faith. You're leaving it to the Most High, and the Most High got you no matter what. But you just have to believe in Him, which I'm sure you already do. You know He's there. You know what I'm saying? You know He's guiding your points. But this is a challenge that even I deal with myself, you know, a lot, especially when it comes to traveling. I'm sad, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I understand this energy, because trust me, you get those visions and then you see how things are supposed to point out and stuff, and then, you know, you're in a position where you can't really make those necessary changes that you would like. You dig? All right, now let me get to the card portion of this.